I want to talk about the rules of war. You know, the ones they tell you Israel's violating?
Warning, bullshit alert!
See, back in 1907 and 1949, when most of these rules were agreed, when people weren't woke, stupid, and insane, the idea was that war, especially against evil barbarians, is just and legitimate. They just wanted to make sure you didn't continue to use violence where it was no longer needed to win the war. The woke schmoke bullshit of terrorists are people too, and we should respect their culture and let them kill us, because if not, we're enjoying white privilege, and that's a war crime?
That was bullshit!
The rules of war do not prohibit the use of violence, not even against innocents, certainly not in cases of self-defense such as the war on Hamas. They restrict unnecessary violence, and it actually has nothing to do with innocence or culpability. It has to do with your ability, or lack thereof, to affect the course of the campaign. 3 of the 4 Geneva Conventions deal with armed forces and POWs. These aren't innocents, they're soldiers. They shoot at you, you shoot back. And yet, if they're hurt or captive, so no longer able to stop you winning the war, you shouldn't abuse them. Not wearing a uniform, on the other hand, does not inoculate you from responsibility. You're not awarded any protections for not wearing army chic. In fact, if you're hostile, you're even less protected from a legal standpoint than a soldier. But putting aside the mountain of evidence that there were thousands of non-combatants in the massacre of October 7th, some wearing flip-flops in their hurry to join the abuse of their fallen neighbors, if you stand between an airplane or a tank and the terrorist they're aiming for, you've been given warning and ample opportunity to move aside and have decided nonetheless to stay put, your death is not unnecessary. You're an accomplice. And even if you're not a willing one, you're in the way. If you find yourself in this situation, it would behoove you to take a good long look at your life choices. The rules of war cannot protect you when you have allowed terrorists to make camp and hide weapons in your children's schools and hospitals. See, contrary to popular woke belief, not all cultures are equal. Those that have you use your children as human shields, those who deliberately get you killed, don't even deserve the title culture. So look around. In cultures that respect human life, you're a lot less likely to find yourself hoping someone else cares about your life more than you did up till now. And the rules of war are not a straitjacket. They weren't meant to allow barbaric terrorists the upper hand against civilization. It's not an affirmative action program designed to ensure weak evil can still prevail against basic human decency, which does tend to have better technology. The rules of war are not there to allow you to use humanity to destroy humanity. So, in summation, if you're in an active war zone, you're in danger. If you're not actively fighting the war, then the rules may stop a tank from chasing you, but they do not stop it from shooting at the terrorist hiding behind you. If you want to live, you might want to consider getting out of the way. If you come from a culture that glorifies this kind of death, stop bitching. Either way, the rules of war, which you do not adhere by anyway, do not provide protectors of terrorists any sort of protection. It's evil, not to mention stupid and suicidal, to suggest they do.